walk into the gym. My car is in the shop, but that's okay. I have an apartment gym, so I'm gonna go hit accessories. That's gonna contain traps, forearms, abs, as well as calves. And as you can see, this walk is very pleasant. Beautiful weather. There's been some cold days, but today it's absolutely gorgeous. And the trees, the leaves, are at a good point in which they're all transforming, they're all changing. I don't know, something about fall I very enjoy. Ooh, like that sun coming out. But yeah, we're gonna try to maximize growth in all of those. I really need to focus on my abs because I just miss them so much when they were peak. Whenever I was peak cut and just eating like a madman, super strictly, it really shows. Now I'm at a point in between. I want to be lean still, but I want to gain weight as well. But the more weight I gain, the more critical I become on myself. Like the more it becomes harder, because you perform best when you look best. So when I don't look my best, and even if I am gaining muscle and weight like I want to, I'm not going to be as lean or vascular, so I'm going to, in my eyes, not look as good in comparison, therefore making it harder to grind. But that's why you're supposed to have tunnel vision. You just focus on the end goal, which my end goal is being like 30-40 pounds heavier, and then when I cut, only cut like 20 pounds. That way I'm a bit bigger. I mean, that might be dramatic, but that's just an analogy. So I gotta lock in and try to just maintain my abs while I'm bulking. It's pretty cool, the symmetry of it. Kind of fascinates me. Just like, I don't know, everything has an aesthetic like that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little sidewalk going diagonal in the middle of that, and I really like that. Like, I can't even really explain it, but it's just so cool to me. Like symmetry, and then that, like, you know, it's asymmetric, but in a special way, to where, like, if there was another, it'd make an X, you know? I don't know. That probably don't make sense. But just the little things I appreciate. But yeah, what I was saying is I really need to lock in on my abs and try to maintain them while I bulk. So I need to make sure I eat in a surplus. Also, train abs adequately. That way they at least kind of maintain their image instead of lose it, because I tend to slack whenever I get heavier. Like I said, it's harder whenever you don't look as good to yourself, but I need to, like I said, have that tunnel vision, not worry about what I look like now. What I'm going to look like is what I need to focus on, because then I will hit abs extremely adequately. It's all freaking mental. It's so hard. Every single day you feel differently about it. Some days you're super motivated, super driven, and it's easy for you to go to the gym and do what needs to be done. It's simple, you know, go work out. It's that simple. But there's just so much more to that. Like, I could say that and want to go, and then the next day your body just has a different feeling towards it. Like, it's not the same every single day. Maybe some days are similar, but Like, you can get into a routine. I was in a good routine where every single day I was excited to go. But there are going to be days where your body just puts you in a position where you don't want to go. For whatever reason that may be. Not really in your control. You can do things to help prevent it, but everybody's going to have those days when they don't want to put in the work. So what you need to do is just get good at putting in the work on those days, regardless of how you feel. Like I said, tunnel vision. It's kind of a good title, maybe. Kodak black window. I'm not doing my mile because I did one with my dog. Luckily, he helped me get that cardio. Because like I said, I need to work on my abs, and cardio is gonna help with that. So, what should I start with first? Honestly, I'm thinking traps. So what I'm gonna start with is dumbbells, and I'm just gonna shrug them super slow and kind of try to reach fatigue and try to make them sore. Alright, let me set up my tripod. Luckily nobody's in here. My freaking arm hurts from holding this the whole way here. My schedule is consistent in October. I need to get back to that consistency. But in the same input every single day will guarantee you the results. And if it's inconsistent, you're gonna get different results. So I don't wanna leave the results be a guessing game. I want them to be a certainty. You know, if you eat perfect, work out perfect, recover perfect, you're gonna get perfect results. Obviously, that's not really possible because we're human, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for it, because we can get surprisingly really freaking close. Other people have done it, and that's proof you can, because we are all basically capable of fulfilling the same amount of potential, because it's infinite for all of us. We will always have room to improve in a myriad of aspects. Like, you will never master every single part of life. It's just impossible. So theoretically, we all have infinite potential. So you need to get to fulfilling that and feel as much as you can while you are given the biggest opportunity to, because you are in your prime. You're probably young and you have the most potential, because as you get older, your potential starts to diminish compared to when you're in your prime, when you're in your youth. So be mindful of that. I'm sure a lot of my viewers are around my age or maybe even younger, but if so, just be conscious of your potential. You're not gonna have it the rest of your life, so you gotta capitalize. Alright, this is pretty much the heaviest dumbbell. They taped the other dumbbells to the pull-up stand so it doesn't move over this 50s. Just gotta go slow. And controlled. starting to hurt. Honestly, not a bad set. I don't train traps very frequently, so I think fulfilling my trap potential would be really cool. Get that? Because I have dominant shoulder genetics. Like, I'd say my shoulders and my lats I'm most dominant in. Like, everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. I'd say my strengths are my shoulders and lats, like I said, but probably the first one being shoulders. So if I get the traps to come in on top of that, it'll not only get like here, but it'll continue to give it more shape. Like, they look like they have good potential. They're not bad, but they have a lot of potential to fulfill. It just, like, it's just such a dynamic, if you really think about it. Every single muscle in your body. How many muscles are in the human body?
There are over
650 muscles. Over 650 muscles. And just to think, every one has the potential to become stronger. Like, when you think about that, it's pretty insane how much potential we really have. You can become better in so many different ways, but with bodybuilding, with working out, you have 650 muscles working together to grow and make you appear as your best physical self. And a lot of people waste that potential. It's so sad. I mean, I am somebody who wastes potential. Like, I hate to say it, but like, I have days where I could go super hard compared to how hard I go, or I could have just went in general compared to not go. Like, I have skipped days before. Like, I hate to say it, but imagine somebody who doesn't work out at all, right? That's no potential being fulfilled. I at least try. And I do want to get better to where I am not missing any days. And I'm just like, almost like a robot. It's super hard, but if you put in the same input every single day, like, just to put it as an analogy, let's say you put in 2 effort every single day, whatever 2 is scaled at, but 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 10. That's 5 days, right? And so on. You put in 2 the next day, you're 2 numbers ahead. Like, hopefully that kind of makes sense, but every single day you can put in an input and it will add up to a bigger result, a bigger output. I need to put in my 2 for today. So we're working on it. This is kind of warm. I think I'm gonna swap it out. They usually have cold water bottles here. One is just a different brand because I brought it from home, but it's closed. Someone's probably gonna be sketched, like, what the heck? All right, let's get back to it. That was really good, even better than the first. And that squeeze at the top, so when I have most of my trap engaged. So it benefits me the most whenever I hold it and squeeze at the top and try to just get that full engagement, but also bring the intensity of that engagement up. Like I can train it without any weight just because it's sore after that. I think I'm using more on my left because that might more my muscle connection on this side. So maybe I'll go ahead and do one arm. It's hard to fight through the resistance on those days when you don't feel like working out. Like, I feel for the most part like working out, but like there are moments within the workout when you're just like, oh, this is gonna take so long. Like I just want to be completely sore and done, but you gotta like take your time and effectively use that time. But the more you accomplish, the more momentum you gain, and that makes it easier. So usually the first set's the hardest because you don't have any momentum. And you do a set, it's like, okay, I could go for this again. Feel this burn just a little bit more second set. And then usually the momentum gets quicker and your motivation gets higher because you're becoming closer and closer to the end of your workout. And you know, if you are utilizing that time effectively, by the end of your workout, you're gonna have a sick pump. Tunnel vision. Let's try the one-handed method. I've never done this, but we'll try it out. That's really freaking good. Ooh. Holy. That was good. Gradual buildup, more engagement. It was good isolation. So like, I was just trying to feel my trap. And you're gonna have you're gonna have a variety of muscles working together to move that weight, but you want to utilize only your trap, if not just mostly your trap, or the other way around. You want to utilize, if not all of your trap, mostly your trap. And the more reps you do, the more fatigued it becomes, so the more in control you become of it, and you can engage it more. So whenever I leaned forward, it took like less engagement down here, since it's like directly above it. I kind of try to isolate it, but also keep my back straight, so that way I don't get a back injury or use, or I don't want my back to pick up the slack that this let go of. So this is in front rather than here, because on the trap machine at Genesis, I like the bias whenever I bend over and put my head on the seat. So it's kind of the same. But like I said, with each rep, I got more and more engagement out of it until eventually I could just squeeze it at the top and just try to reach that fatigue. The closer you get to it, the better. The more gains will result from it. And then once I fatigued both of them, it felt good to go back to both, because they were both already pretty fatigued. So I could just hold it and feel more fatigue way quicker. I know it's a lot to take in, but I'm just kind of trying to explain my experience. And that's because I don't know who's gonna see this, but perhaps somebody will and benefit from it. Benefit from my experience, learn lessons that I've learned, because all I have to do is just share them. I'm not the best, by no means. Also not the worst. You'll always have somebody better than you and worse than you in whatever regard. But where I'm at, I want to share what I have learned, because people can just learn from that. That's really where we learn, is from other people. That's literal facts. So if I can teach in what I think I am, I'd say good at, not the best, but out of all the things in life, I'd say this is one that I'm good at, just because of experience and really the time invested into fitness. And that doesn't just mean just time invested working out, time invested learning, studying. It is something that intrigues me. It's something that I care for adamantly. So it just became a big part of my life. And I am happy with that. And I think it is a good life. So that is why I'm passionate about sharing my experience, because it can perhaps have somebody else feel like why everybody loves the gym so much, loves fitness, or at least could get close to feeling my personal, I guess, love for it. I guess that's a simple way to say it. I know others have impacted me into loving this when I was just a wee kid, a wee child, before I even knew about bodybuilding. I remember, a majority of people have seen David Lade, and I think that was one of the first people that I was just like, wow, an aesthetic physique is possible. There are people living this. Why can't I? And the truth is, no reason. You can't. I can, you can, anybody. They can achieve an aesthetic physique. They just have to put in the inputs that will result in that output. Like I said about that analogy earlier, you gotta put in the results each day consistently in order to get a specific outcome. I know I need to grind harder. And it does help whenever I see other people grinding harder than I am. So, I may not be grinding the hardest, but there might be people not grinding as hard as me. Maybe that motivates them. Whatever gets them motivated, as long as it gets them in the gym. And if my streams or my videos can motivate anybody into the gym, that is an absolute W. Because like I said, I vouch for fitness. It is a big part of my life. And I want others to experience what I am experiencing or have experienced in my life due to fitness. It's just so much better. Your life is so much better. I could go on a tangent, but I should probably do another set. I did kind of want to call it wraps after that, but I could do more. I could become more sore. It's only going to benefit me. I'm just hoping I can keep this going. Like this workout, these are good quality sets. And there's usually a point in the set or in the workout where your sets start to deteriorate because you become more fatigued, I guess, more exhausted, but I'm gonna try to just really control my mind to control my body. Act like a robot, put in the necessary input, the two, and don't come short of it. I don't wanna just lighten up towards the end. And I'm saying this now so that I've said it on live, so I got to hold myself accountable for it. Whew. Oh, that was great. No. The only way I could think of getting a better set would be if I had my Lego hands, my straps with the little cuff. Or it's a hook, whatever it's called. I call them Lego hands. But I left them at home. But we're not gonna complain about that. We're just gonna focus on what's in our control. For example, doing the shrugs without them. Hungry. Gotta earn this meal. Ooh, I just went grocery shopping. I bought some stuff to make the Greek yogurt bowls. Fire. And also burgers, but I'll probably have a Greek yogurt bowl when I get back. Tracks. Now let's hit abs. Let's just go hard on abs. That was a really good ab pump right there. And I feel like hitting lower abs and just holding at tension because it felt great at the end whenever I stretched. So I'm gonna utilize this to keep that constant contraction on my lower abs. Oh, this is good. My muscle connection. Even sucking in right there with the stretch, so good. You gotta try it. Really just tightens the lower abs. It's pretty good. I haven't trained abs this good in a while. Hopefully I can remain to do so. That way my abs really make some growth. Honestly, it felt pretty good when I was going side to side because I was able to really activate my obliques. I could feel the separation. And I really want to build that. I think that is a huge attribute to an aesthetic physique. So let's go hit some obliques. But there is an oblique machine that I do want to utilize as well. I just want to feel this too. Let's get it. It's right here. It's good work. Good stimulus. I'm really thinking my abs may just be fatigued. They may just get sore. But we're not done. No, sir. We're gonna isolate my obliques now. This is how I know it's a good accessory day. Accessory days typically don't take too long. We're at 42 minutes. We still got 2 more different body parts, so we're taking our time. We're being slow and effective. Trying to put in that input. Tunnel vision. Oh, I feel so good. When you isolate it and you get to fatigue, so at first, it's hard to bias it because you feel all your muscles. But towards the end, you'll start to feel only the muscle you're trying to work. It feels good. I'm gonna check this pump, but you guys don't get to see. honestly, pretty solid. Not solid enough to show, but in a week or two, if I stay consistent on diet and abs, I think we'll have a nice little outcome, nice little product, nice physique. Calves or forearms? I mean, I guess this is the calf, so we'll start here. Calves and the forearms. Now, the reason you do not skip accessories, because accessories typically contain abs. I mean, specifically, we're talking about forearms and calves. And why? And that is because they are the most shown muscles. If you're in a short sleeve, it's just gonna be your forearms. If you're in shorts, it's just gonna be your calves. Like, you can see a general idea of what somebody looks like with clothes on, but like, skin is the real deal, and that's usually the only muscles that show. So if you get your forearms and calves huge, they're just gonna assume the rest of you is freaking a monster. So you don't have to be. You just grow your forearms and your calves, and they'll think you are. It's that simple. A little life hack for you. You don't even have to work out, just forearms and calves. Wear some layers. You'll never know. I'll show you how to hit calves. You want to focus on the stretch at the bottom. Ideally, one that has some good freaking grit like this one. I'll bring it all the way to 1. All the way down to 180. That's just a guess. This is really fire. takes some time, but keeping that constant tension, you're just slowly accruing that fatigue. So I'm just kind of trying to withstand it so it can amplify. But whenever it does get pretty sore, pretty fatigued, it does feel good to hold that at the top, because you typically can use more of your calf, engage more of it. I don't know if y'all can see, but this one has a vein in it. Oh, that feels great. Oh, legs are feeling pretty good. Thinking another set. All right, I'm gonna go heavier. Just try to do regular reps. See how that feels. That's better. Oh, my hamstrings are always so freaking tight. It's crazy. Now let's hit them forearms, the other muscle that always shows. I really need a new tripod. Oh my freaking God. Let me see if this, yeah, it should be fine. Oh, it feels good. Let me play with these. See what we can do. Yeah, I like that. Bro's the angle amateur. Now let's go back. All right, back to dumbbells. Whew. Oh yeah, feels really good right here. All right, Oh, it feels good. All right, to finish it off, I think I should just go back to the preacher curl. Okay, just one bicep set. Don't tell anybody. Oh, it's not one day, but holy crap, it feels good. Holy crap, it feels good. This was not part of the plan. Feels good. Oh my gosh. Nice little arm pump. No, honestly, I don't think I'm ready to do a physique fit just because I've been gaining a little bit of weight, which is what I want, but just not as vascular as I want to be. Or at least I'm pretty vascular right now, but like my abs, that's what I don't want to show. I mean, I guess it could be worse. just because of that, I'm gonna hit another ab set, because we're not where we need to be. I wonder if there's a difference just after that. I'll take it. No, I need to just stay consistent, eat healthy, train adequately and consistently, and my physique will enhance and I'll get happier. At least that's how people think it goes. But for certain, I'll improve. I'll get better. And that's really all that matters, is growing. Self-development, self-improvement, becoming better. So much potential is wasted. So much potential is given to you. Don't waste it. Stay sedulous and fuck wasted potential.